questions.
Place looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit. A bit blown away. And I haven't even been out. And what have one got to say for oneself?
I was thinking all sorts of things this morning. First thing, I was thinking about this place. I say it's off of Google Earth that. It's just up at the roundabout. Rodley roundabout on Ring Road there. And there's a big house there.
Oh, hi.
And
it's a nursery now. Children's nursery.
Children's nursery. But in 1970, when would it have been? No, it'd have been maybe later.
Yeah, later then. Yeah, well, 80s, no, about 82.
Yeah, about 82.
83. It was just before we moved to Waddingham, wasn't it? Because we were looking...
It was empty, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were looking for somewhere else to
we
be.
Were. Yeah, we were. We sort of...
tried different things here, haven't we? We'd moved round in house because we kept... Sometimes we were upstairs and made that into a flat, and sometimes
we did keep
we were in different rooms.
Yeah, we did keep moving around different parts that have for living accommodation.
Yeah, and we bought a static caravan
in Bardsey.
In Bardsey, where we went on the day that we closed up.
Saturday night.
And came back on Monday morning.
Yeah. Dropped Tracy off at school.
Yeah, with her clothes.
Yeah, because we opened, it wasn't a piano shop then. And we opened it, and we were open until, I don't know, was it 6 o'clock on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think so.
And then we used to bomb off to Bardsey.
We used to close Sunday and come back Monday, didn't we?
Yeah. We bought this static caravan at Bardsey on a site, but it didn't have any electricity, did it?
No, I don't think so.
I think we did we have a telly hooked up to a battery?
Yeah, we had a 12-volt telly hooked up to a battery. Yeah. And then, did we have them little gas lights?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of garden round it, and we used to spend, sometimes we used to spend Sunday digging this garden, making this garden, trying to make the garden look how we wanted it, or we'd go for walks and that.
Yeah, yeah. It was in a place that wasn't very populated. Few houses, weren't there?
Bardsley's sort of not far from Wetherby, really, in that area.
Yeah. But there were a pub at bottom of the hill we used to sometimes walk down and have a drink there, didn't we? And walk back.
Yeah, we did.
I couldn't do it now because it's
steep hill.
A very steep hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were only in the 30s then, weren't we?
Yeah.
When we did that.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad caravan, but we realised that we were just doing the same thing, and it wasn't really enough, was it?
No, because it only opened in summer, it closed in winter.
Yeah.
So, because we were like fed up of living and working in the same place all the time.
Yeah.
Surrounded just living where you work. So we wanted to get out somehow. So we bought that caravan. It wasn't a lot of money.
No. It survived for about, well, we had it about a year, did we?
Only had it a year, I think, yeah.
Well, when we realised that you couldn't go in, well, you could go, but not stay, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, this place up on Roundabout was empty and it was for sale. And I mean, it's amazing when you think of difference in prices of property now compared to then, 1982 time. That property, what, it 35 grand?
No, I think it was 31.
31?
Yeah.
31,000.
Yeah.
And it was a big detached place, and it had 2 self-contained flats.
Yeah.
Didn't it? So we thought, because we worked it out, that
because we had
a bit
of saving.
If we didn't get that, we didn't think we'd get that for our house. I think we thought, this place, I think we thought we'd get 18 if we sold this. Thought we'd get about 18, I think. And we worked out that the difference, if we bought it, we could rent one of the flats out, live in the other one, rent one of the flats out, and the rent from that flat would pay the mortgage on the difference.
And use the downstairs.
Use the house itself as a piano shop. They were really big rooms, loads of space.
Yeah, they were, weren't they?
They made an incredible piano shop, and they had parking area as well. For parking. Yeah. Anyway, we went after it, didn't we?
Yeah.
But we got gazumped.
Yeah, somebody gazumped us.
So we didn't get it.
And it turned into an Italian restaurant, didn't it?
Wasn't it Greek?
Greek, oh, it might be Greek.
What, the Lemon Tree or something?
Yeah, something like that. And it was that for quite a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then, now it's a day nursery.
Yeah.
Don't know whether they've still got the flats or how it works up there.
No, I don't know. I had a close look at it.
No.
It's fenced off, you can't get to it.
Well, obviously with kiddies, they just fenced it all off, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that were the first attempt, and then we kept trying to find somewhere in a radius of so far.
Leeds.
And then
we used to draw a ring, draw a circle round Leeds, and this circle got bigger and bigger and bigger until we finished up looking at houses in Lincolnshire, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, about because in them days the traffic was so bad that to get from here to the other side of Leeds could take you over an hour.
Yeah, it did.
Couldn't it?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't the ring road there then when we lived here.
Yeah.
I don't think it was quite as big as it is now. Yeah, it was. It took a long time, didn't it? You were ages. It took
sometimes I used to close the shop. When the shop closed at night, I used to go out and do a tuning. And Leeds is so much traffic, it used to drive me nuts in the traffic. And we were looking at property for about 14,000. Sounds ridiculous now, £14,000. But I mean, it was as much as we could afford. Yeah.
The only thing, the thing around here was that there's some streets just up the road, and the back-to-back houses.
Cobble streets were back-to-backs.
Yeah, and they were 14,000, weren't they? 12,000.
They were, yeah.
And we didn't want to live on a back-to-back street.
We'd lived on in a back-to-back house on a street.
Yeah.
When we come out of army, in the butts, but we didn't want to do that anymore. So we finished up down in Waddingham.
We were looking for a
picture
little...
now.
A little cottagey type place, weren't we?
We were. And I know that place looks big. But it only had a little galley kitchen.
Waddingham.
Waddingham.
Oh yeah, it was tiny. It was like
It was only small when we bought it.
Yeah.
But it had an area underneath the bedrooms that had never been used. It was used as a coal house, wasn't it?
Mm.
And then at the other side of that was a barn. You couldn't get access to it from the house. It just had an outside opening. It didn't have a door on it, just an opening into a barn. And then a garden. And we had trouble even buying that.
Yeah.
Because she agreed to sell it to us. And we were, maybe a month or 2 months into the process. And she rang us up and said, somebody's offered me more money. So I said, well, you better take it. Because we couldn't afford any more. So we started looking around again, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we were having trouble finding something, really. And then after a week or two...
She was a while,
She was a while, was she?
Yeah.
And she rang us back eventually and said, he can't complete or something. I can't remember what. She said, are you still interested? So we said, yeah. So we got it for the price that we wanted to pay for it.
This lady who was selling it had been the housekeeper to the gentleman who owned the house. And he'd left the house to her.
And left it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was selling it, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Which I don't think his family were very pleased about.
No, funnily enough, his family was the mechanic who I used to use in the village. David, I used to take my car.
Oh, what he related to the old chap, right?
Yeah, he was. Cousins, yeah. He used to service, he used to get me my cars, and every 4 years I'd ask him to find me one, because he used to sell second-hand cars, did David. £2,000 we had every 4 years. And he used to get me a car for £2,000, and I used to take it to him for servicing and repairs. And it was his uncle.
Oh,
I think who owned it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's when we moved there. David's mum was still alive, wasn't she? Was his dad still alive as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
his dad had diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah, his mum and dad lived opposite. Yeah.
I think David lived with his mum, didn't he?
Originally, before he got married, yeah. Yeah, and they bought the house next door.
Yes, they did.
And he built another garage at the back of it.
Big garage to
Bigger one than the one he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a ramp, that went up and down.
Like we've said before, he did alterations for our
he did.
trailer and
he did
pieces.
Loads of things for us to make life easy for us moving pianos, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He were good at engineering things.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, really good.
Yeah. So when we moved to Waddingham, we didn't actually sell these 2 houses that we owned here. We rented them out, didn't we?
Yeah, we actually rented them out separate. There were 2 separate shops.
Yeah,
we put a wall back up again, haven't we? Divided them back up into two again.
Yeah.
And rented them out.
Separately.
And Mrs. Jackson, who ran the Pine Furniture Shop, she eventually, when there was a pet shop in here, wasn't there, at one point?
Yeah.
And a tile shop. Pet shop, a tile shop. And when it come up to rent again, when she took them both, did the lady who rented
the Pine shop.
What became Rogley Pine. Yeah.
Weren't they flat upstairs as well? Above Rogley
Well,
Pine?
it was, but she took it all.
She took it all.
Yeah.
Right.
It was quite a large shop. And she had it 15 years.
Yeah. She did.
Well, we rented it out for 15 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. She must have had it for a large chunk of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was when her business were running down and Tracy were looking for somewhere else, wasn't she?
Yeah.
We said, well, because she couldn't find out in price bracket she had.
No.
And, excuse me, she ended up buying this, didn't she? From
Yeah,
us?
we said, do you want it? Because, I mean,
it needed a lot doing to it.
I don't know whether it was inhabitable. I mean, it was totally a shop. It wasn't a house.
No.
I know. So, but
they moved in.
Said, they did. They bought it off us from what same price as we paid for it originally.
Yeah.
And then they just gutted it.
Then what they'd have spent on a mortgage for somewhere more expensive, they spent that money doing it up, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. They tried to do it on their own money. But it was going on and on and on and on and on. I mean, as it was, it took 15 years to do it. So eventually they had to take out a mortgage, borrow some money to do it, because it was just going to take the rest of their life. Because David, he
did it all, didn't he? Him and his dad. His dad were brilliant.
Yeah, he took it right down to bare walls and
no windows.
Yeah, he put steel straps around all corner walls and tie bars through it. Did all sorts to strengthen it. Because it has a bow in the back. There's this property. And yeah, that's what he's like.
Yeah.
David.
Yeah, and everything had to be oak.
And what you see now is what he did.
Yeah.
Him and Tracy.
Definitely.
And I think that's
about it.
For today, yeah. I've got some other things on my mind, but I'll save that for another day.
Right. Okay. Is that only 8 minutes?
No, well, I've kept stopping it and restarting it. Okay, folks. See you tomorrow, all being well.
Bye.